Last Tuesday, after a 6-week trial, a jury found 3 G4S security guards, Terence Hughes, Colin Kaler and Stuart Trebelnig, not guilty of the manslaughter of Jimmy Mubenga, who died on a British Airways flight as he was being deported in the October of 2010. During the trial, the court heard how Mubenga's fellow passengers heard him cry, "I can't breathe," as he was pinned down in his seat by the 3 guards, despite already being handcuffed from behind with his seatbelt still on. One witness, Nicholas Herbig from the United States, told jurors he was saying, "All you people are watching them kill me. I can't breathe. They are going to kill me." In court, the 3 guards, Hughes, Kaler and Trebelnig, told of how they had not heard any of this, and at the time they did not view their actions as disproportionate or likely to cause grave harm to Mubenga. Their claim instead was that Mubenga had put himself in what was a highly dangerous position. As all of this unfolded, Louise Graham, effectively the chief flight attendant for the journey, conveyed her concerns about what was happening up the chain of the command to the plane's captain, Michael Fenech-Sola. She claims he replied that Mubenga was faking it and joked about how he'd probably been to the drama school, RADA. Shortly afterwards, Mubenga was dead, and as he breathed his last breath, it's an open question as to whether Fenech-Sola continued to make jokes, because we sure as hell know he didn't ask whether there were any medical professionals on board the plane who might be able to help, a usual procedure, or asked trained cabin crew to administer CPR. Amazingly, there was also a defibrillator on the plane, which the cabin crew had been trained to use precisely for these situations. Again, Fenech-Sola gave no instructions. Most astonishing of all was how, ahead of the trial, the presiding judge, a Mr. Justice Spencer, refused to allow the jury to hear about dozens of, I quote, grossly offensive and undoubtedly racist text messages on the phones of 2 of the accused because they did not have any real relevance to the trial. And there's more. In the months after Mubenga's death, Hughes, one of the 3 guards, posted on his Facebook page an image of a dark-skinned man sitting on a plane with his seatbelt positioned above his shoulder, with Hughes commenting, "Come on then, what's wrong with this prick?" Hughes' Facebook friends chipped in with a number of comments. Here's one. "He hasn't got 2 hairy-assed escorts either side of him. No cuffs and not shouting, 'Kill me now, I'm not an animal.'" Another commented, "Such a dumb fuck this bloke. First time on a plane and no English." Questioned about all of this in the inquest, Hughes said, "I've never used any racist language at work and I've never said a racist joke to anyone." Hughes is a liar, but he's white and he has the right passport, so even though he was quite clearly joking about the death of Mubenga on his own Facebook page, for the judge and the jury, this seems by the by. And speaking of juries, trial by jury is often viewed as a trial by one's peers, but what is clear is that this jury is composed of the peers of the killers rather than the victim. As with Christopher Alder, Mark Duggan and so many others, it's increasingly clear that juries, in the UK as well as the United States, reflect a general public that is more racist than many would care to admit. Almost always they do not look or sound like the victims, the dead and the defamed. In this case, I think it's fair to say that the pilot, the passengers, the guards, the judge and the jury would have behaved very, very differently if Mubenga wasn't a black asylum seeker. From beginning to end, it's clear that the criminal justice system treated Mubenga the way it did for no other reason than the colour of his skin and for having the wrong passport. Are you proud of that system? Because I'm not. I think it stinks. And if you think racist policing and white supremacy only exists one side of the Atlantic, think again. It's alive and kicking in Britain in 2014.